Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, it's time to change the pond filter. Now the water is pumped up from the bottom pond up to the waterfall. It goes along here and then it goes down the stream underneath the bridge, all the way down and back. Now in the stream is lots and lots of bacteria, which helps to clean the water as well. I don't have many problems, but the filter's down here on the pump. So we just need to peel the net back because the herons do love to eat fish. So it's just as simple as you can see how much debris is on that. Scoop it up and that collects some of the debris that falls off. And that just sits there nicely. We cover the pond back up, and then put the filter into this dustbin. Now I normally use my gloves now because this has been sitting here for 3 or 4 weeks while I've been using all the filters. But you can see the small creatures there are not cleaning the filters, but getting rid of some of the rubbish, and that goes into the water. The solids sink down, and I'm due to this because it's nearly overflowing. So if it was nearly full, I'd normally just pour this water in gently. If it does overflow, it's only the cleanish water. But you can see how much debris is coming out of that now. So let's get these washed. This is what I store the clean filters in. It's a little on the large size, but it does help me to rotate from one to another because I'm putting some tap water in here now. Now normally with filters in ponds you'd use the pond water to actually do this, but it's not needed here because it's only the filter that's going back in the pond to suck up the nutrients. Right, we've now got enough water in there, so this will be the base for washing the sponges out. When I've done that, any residue of fish poo and waste in that water will then go into that corner, and that'll have the sponges dropped in it, and then roughly the extra water in that blue tray will bring it to the top, ready for washing it again in a few weeks' time. Well, I've got my drums, and because the water at the top is reasonably clean, I'll just try and even it out a bit into each drum. Bring you back when we get to a bit further down. I'll have to give it a good stir up now. Now we've got even amounts of the clean. And this is the fish poo, animal debris, dead flies. This is where it gets the smelly bit. I had various comments before about fish poo being on the tanks when I was bringing the water up to the allotment, and people have asked where does the fish poo come from. And this is part of a series of videos on the liquid plant foods. We're almost to the bottom of the drum now, the dustbin, but I need to clean the filters as we go, so I'll just show you a few of those. You may ask, what do I use this on? Well, mainly for the potatoes during the growing season, and mainly for the leaf mould. Basically all I do is just give them a bit of a bang out, so we get this sludge. They start to get a little bit lighter. Quick dip in the clean water. Then a good wash in the clean water. So they're as clean as we need them. I'll get on with those. So that's the filters cleaned. It does take a little while, but this is the water from the tap water, and just rinsing them off. I'll leave that little bit of sludge and all the other bacteria in there to help break down when we actually put the full filters in. And this is what I'm going to distribute between the 4 barrels now. Hopefully even it up, and we can get it taken up to the allotment for use. They always say, if it smells bad, it's got to be good. So they're nice and full. I will give them a swill off, because it's not something you want all over your clothes as you're lifting and mauling them about. But we've got about 80 litres there to go and use at the allotment, and I'll probably use 40 litres a day. Just a bit of a comparison with the filters. I probably bought, where are we, this one about 20 years ago, and this is probably recent. It doesn't wear away, they just tend to shrink. Exactly the same with that one. So over time they do shrink, but they've done the job. These will keep us going there for another few weeks. So, okay, why do I use the fish poo? Well, mainly because it's free. I've got to get rid of it somehow. filters have got to be clean. So I normally put them on the potatoes. I don't know whether it does the potatoes any good, but it does the compost a world of good. Because I use my own homemade compost and compost mixes with leaves and other debris in, I feel and find that the compost, after the potatoes have had it, the compost afterwards is really good. So let's get one of these drums poured on these 5 containers, evening them out. They've had a bit of water, but they're still looking quite lush. These are the hashtag Sarpo seed potato experiment. So let's get some on. I just popped in to tell the wife where I was going, and she said I've got to have another shower. Well, I've had 2 showers today, and it ain't even Sunday. Shocking. Not going to put any more on those. They've had enough water, and that will tide them over. So let's pop over to the leaf mould. So we're up at the allotment, and this is where I keep my leaf mould. This is 2 pallets wide, 1 pallet deep, and obviously 1 pallet high as well. Now this has actually got 18 1-ton dumpy bags full of leaves in there. Obviously leaves are quite light, they do compost down quite quickly, but there's 18 bags in there, and it's slowly sinking down. Now in 2016 or 17 we moved the 12 1-ton builders bags from here into here, and this is just roughly a cubic metre, 1 pallet by 1 pallet, 1 pallet high. And now that's down there. Now it's dropped down by just above half. Previous video you've seen me adding fish poo to this quite a while back, and I'm going to add another one onto this because this one will be revealed soon and it'll be put through my trommel. So let's have a little look. So I've removed the wood off. Cardboard's breaking down really well, and we've got several worms in here. I would imagine there's thousands. With all the other creatures that are in there. It's breaking down really nice. We'll probably have pockets of leaves, but they've given up the ghost now. They're started and going through the trommel. What doesn't go through the trommel, or what does actually go straight through the trommel, we'll put in next year's potatoes. So just for demonstration purposes, I'll just put a little bit of the fish poo in here from the barrel. It's nearly empty. Give it a shake. The solids soon drop to the bottom. So we can move the cardboard over now. Probably needs a bit more fresh in here. Get the odd bit of debris, which you would do from leaves, which you're just scraping up everything that's yeah, I'm impressed with that. That's even better than the last time I looked at it. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I think this one will be part 2 of the series of videos on the liquid plant foods that I produce. And please join us on the Facebook group Keep Calm and Make Compost, where you'll learn loads. There's no silly questions because there is no true answers sometimes. So yeah, if you're on Facebook, join me and my other friends on Keep Calm and Make Compost. We have some interesting chat and we learn absolutely loads about composting liquid plant foods. And there's people there that use the fish water to, well, they let the plants take the nutrients and the poo out the water naturally. Obviously I can't do that, but this is the best way I find of using the fish poo. So if you've enjoyed watching this video and this series of videos on hashtag Keep Calm and Make Compost, please subscribe, please like, and we'll see you next time. Happy composting to you all. Ta-ra for now.